The division has designated June 12th as a staff development day focused on sharing updated grading guidelines for the upcoming school year. In this video, we will walk through the key changes and explain what they mean for our grading practices here at Annandale. Division engaged stakeholders over the past 2 years to gather input on grading practices. The feedback from these sessions informed a set of recommendations that were shared with FCPS leadership and the school board, who then determined which suggestions to adopt or adjust. Here is the theory of action around the new guidelines. In many ways, these ideas are in alignment with what we have said here at Annandale around our purpose of grading, that grading supports teachers in assessing what students know and need and providing feedback that empowers students, staff, and families to collaborate around student learning. To that end, let's look at the update to FCPS grading guidelines and how they align with our approach at Annandale. Beginning next school year, all high schools will use a rolling gradebook. This will not represent a change for us. In addition, we will maintain the 70-30 weighting categories, with summative assessments counting for 70% of a student's grade, and formative assessments making up the other 30%. As in years past, homework may count for no more than 10% of the final grade. Once again, this does not represent a change to our current practices at Annandale. Previously, at some schools, homework was calculated as a separate category, counting for up to 10%, with another formative category counting for 20% to make up the 30%. In the updated guidance, the division has clarified that there will no longer be a separate category for homework. Once again, this does not represent a change for us here at Annandale. We will continue to use a 70-30 gradebook. Additional updates to the guidelines help to ensure that all students will have meaningful opportunities to practice skills at home that reinforce and support their learning in the classroom. The division has communicated that as a next step, teachers who do not currently include some graded homework as part of the course grade will be asked to begin starting next year. Next, let's review an update to the reassessment policy. Students will still have one opportunity to reassess each summative assignment. However, reassessments will now be limited to students who score below 90% on their initial attempt. The maximum score a student can earn on a reassessment will be 90%. This is a shift from our previous practice, which allowed reassessment scores up to 100%. Keep in mind that this applies to retakes and not other grade replacement practices. Finally, the school board has directed the division to continue updating the systems and platforms that support grading and assessment, such as SIS and Schoology. Division leadership will continue gathering input and refining guidelines to improve how these tools are used to support student learning. We will provide any updates when we return in August. We'll be working with our leadership groups over the summer to outline what these changes look like at Annandale. Just know that while our strategies and practices evolve and adapt, our core values remain constant. We will continue to ensure our grading practices are in alignment with our purpose of grading, that grading supports teachers in assessing what students know and need and providing feedback that empowers students, staff, and families to collaborate around student learning. Thank you for taking the time to complete this FCPS required training. I hope you have a wonderful break and we will see you in August.